Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. You can listen to every podcast episode on this network free just by subscribing to the SGPN feed. Get it wherever you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, all over podcasts. Circa Million and Circa Survivor. Thank you, No Ball. Then you have to enter Circa's football contest with 21 million in guaranteed prizes. There's no rake, so if entries go above the guaranteed, all the extra money goes to the prize pool. Circa Million, you can pick 5 teams against the spread each week or go for the ultimate Circa Sweat and Survivor. There's even the Circa Grandissimo, a $100,000 Survivor contest. You must register in person at Circa. Great excuse for a trip to Vegas. Sign up in Nevada. Play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. And then finally, we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including MLB, WNBA, golf, and football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, and lightning fast payouts using crypto. MyBookie.ag, promo code GolfSGPN, 100% deposit match. MyBookie.ag, promo code GolfSGPN. We're live. Scottish Open, a great little 2-week run we got coming up. We have the Renaissance Club, and then we have Royal Portrush. I am heading to Northern Ireland in just 2 days now. I'm heading to Northern Ireland on Friday, so definitely tune into my Twitter page, tune into all the content, try to deliver whatever I can from the grounds as always. But yeah, let's not waste any time. We are here at the Renaissance Club, a golf course that we have seen now for a few years, and a golf course that we've seen on the DP World Tour. So we have a bunch of data to back us for this golf course. And what I'm looking for in terms of handicapping the Renaissance Club is all green. Complete golfer, because you look at the winners from this past event, Xander Schauffele, Rory McIlroy, Bob McIntyre, they gain across the board every single stat. That doesn't always happen. And when you think of the Renaissance Club, you get a golf course that is, distance bias, driver putter can win. But I really do think you have to be a complete golfer coming into the week and be able to show that you can flash across the board and can gain at least a stroke in every single category. So I'm going to get this tweet posted, tell the people that we're live, and then we'll ride. So we're posted. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Xander Schauffele. We have to choose one. Who are we choosing? I think the answer is unequivocally Scotty Scheffler, and I've been out on Scotty many times. I've been in Scotty many times. But I think this week, Scotty is the rightful play, even though he's obviously the highest priced golfer. Rory's interview, he did say that he has an eye ahead on Royal Portrush, which is definitely true. He did say that he wants to get a bunch of rust knocked off, which is definitely true. He hasn't played in a decent bit. Whereas Scotty Scheffler was like, I know the Open's next week, but this event means a lot to me. I want to win this event. And where obviously Scotty and Rory are having amazing years, Scotty doesn't take off weeks. Rory kind of has those tune-up weeks where Scotty just pedal to the metal, balls to the wall. I want to win. So I think Scotty is the clear play up here. And Xander, I was high on Xander last week, but coming off of his worst approach week in forever, he lost off the tee as well. I just don't know where his game is at completely, and I just feel much safer with Scotty Scheffler. I think Rory and Xander are fair fades. 9K range, Tommy Fleetwood leads us off all the way down to Sam Burns. I think I'm out on both Tommy Fleetwood and Sam Burns at $99 and $900, leaving the middle of this range more of my up for grab guys. Tommy Fleetwood, he's got great course history. He's going to be very, very chalky. With links golf, anything can happen, and I kind of be out on a chalk Tommy Fleetwood. By a chalk Tommy Fleetwood, I think his floor is probably like T11. Is that going to pay off at $9,900, the fourth highest priced golfer? It could, but more than likely no. So that leaves Colin, Ludwig, Victor, JT, and Bob Mack. My two guys in this range that I think I'm going to go to are Ludwig and JT with a sprinkle of Colin. I think Colin will be the chalkier one out of those three, whereas Ludwig and JT aren't getting talked about as much. Ludwig nearly won this event last year. Ludwig gained strokes across the board last year, and Ludwig is coming off of the best iron run, the best 4-week iron run of his 2025 season. So he's starting to figure it out. He's starting to hit the ball better, and this is a golf course that he's clearly played well on before, so I like Ludwig at 94. It's not going to be giga chalk. And then JT, it's a true litmus test week for JT. I think he's a great price more than anything. he's never gained strokes on approach on this golf course. And when you think Justin Thomas, you think generational approach player, one of the greatest iron players ever walked the earth. If he is, this is if he's not going to gain strokes on approach this week, something just doesn't vibe with him for the course. Like, out on JT at the Renaissance Club forever because something does not vibe with him. But he's having such a great approach season. He's in fine enough form. He gains strokes in every category at the Travelers. Great price. So I'm in on JT. I'm in on Ludwig in the 9K range. That leaves Bob Mack. I don't hate him, but he's going to be chalky. Sam Burns is also going to be chalky. And he's at a really good price, and he's at going to be chalky. So, and he's in good form. So I'm just out on Sam Burns. I don't want to pencil in the third highest priced golfer, obvious guy at 9K. Although it's a good click, I would probably rank him as like my fifth best play in this range. If I had to rank this entire range for you guys, I would go Ludwig, JT, Victor, who's an interesting case study coming off of the best approach week of the season, but a weird neck injury he withdrew from. So I'm going to just avoid him because I'd be mad if I'm like, I could see him working out, but I rank what I do. Like, how mad am I going to be? If I play Victor and then he's complaining about that he was hurt, I'm like, yeah, obviously he told us he was hurt. So I'm out on Victor. I'm in on Colin. I'm in on JT and Ludwig. Out on Tommy, out on Burns. 8K range. Let's get there. Corey Connors down to Maverick McNeely. I'll start with Maverick McNeely. I think he's going to be decently chalky, but I think he's a great play down here. The golf course where he can let loose with the driver. A golf course where he can get creative with his grade around the green game. He's got decent course history here. T16, I believe, and it's a golf course that makes sense for him. I think golf courses that Rory has played well on as good golf courses for Maverick, and at 8K, I'm definitely down for him. Towards the middle of this 8K range, I like Aaron Ryan and Wyndham Clark. I think they're both fair plays. I wouldn't play them in the same lineup, but play them. I actually really like Hall, Rye, and Clark. So I'll give the Hall case first. Hall's doing two things well right now, and that's hit his irons well and putt well. That is all he does well. So he's playing his best self at the right time. So I'm down for Harry Hall at $8,400. Aaron Rye, $8,300 I got great course history. He's won here when this was a DP World Tour event. He beat Tommy in a playoff. He is coming off of a poor approach week, but I do think that will turn in the right direction, and Aaron Rye will pay off at $8,300. And then Wyndham Clark, he's also got great course history. He's played well here multiple times before, and it's a golf course where he can send it off the tee and then hopefully make a ton of putts, driver, putter, build for sure. Towards the top of this 8K range, I'm definitely avoiding Matt Fitzpatrick. I don't mind Corey Connors, fairway green 2-putt, hopefully sink enough birdies to get that top 15 finish, and he's at a great price, and the buzz is kind of coming off of Corey Connors because he's generally sometimes a chalkier golfer. If Corey Connors is playing, I believe he's healthy because we know he had those recent withdrawals. So I'm definitely in at Corey Connors towards the top of this 8K range. Totally fading Matt Fitzpatrick. He's one good week and he's the chalk of the week. Makes no sense. I understand the great course history, but he's not done anything worth being a chalky golfer this year. He had one good week. He's not the same. You get married on the Jersey Shore. You forget how to play golf. Everyone knows that. Totally fading Matt Fitzpatrick. And then, yeah, that just leaves the guys that I like towards the bottom. 85, 84, and 83 with that Hall, Rye, Clark, and then Mav towards the bottom. 7K range, bigger range. We'll split this into two. We got Taylor Pendrith, $7,900, down to Nikolai Hurgard at 75. And Nikolai Hurgard is a guy who's finished T6 here before. He's striking the ball really, really well. And he's a former Ryder Cupper, former DP World Tour champion. He has the ceiling. He's a very risky play, but he has the ceiling to finish top 5 in this event and win this event. So I'm definitely down up for Nikolai Hurgard. High risk, high reward play down at $7,500. Over here, I don't really like anyone from Ben On up to Rasmus Nygaard Peterson. I would go up to Thomas Dietrich, $7,800. Every single time he's played this event, he's gained strokes on approach. And if you know anything about Thomas Dietrich, he's generally a poor approach player. So if you're telling me Thomas Dietrich's comfortable around here gaining strokes on approach, I will pencil him in. He lost to Matt Fitzpatrick and Minwoo Lee in a playoff here in 2022, I believe it was. Bad B, I had him. Up towards the top, anyone else that I want to touch on? If you like Nikolai, you have to give a nod to Rasmus. This is the first week I kind of only like one Højgaard. I generally like both of them if I like one of them, but I'm definitely going with Nikolai at 75. So let's go towards the bottom of the 7K range. I think I like this range more than the top. I love Daniel Berger, $7,400. He's a guy who doesn't scream, but I've always been partial to him on links courses. So Daniel Berger, $7,400, not going to be highly owned. He's striping the ball and just putting horribly. Same thing with Ryan Gerard. So Ryan Gerard at 7K, Daniel Berger at 74, coming with very similar profiles. Really, really good ball striking, horrible putting. But you get to that change in putting surface, and you never know. Anything could happen. So Berger and Gerard, I like in the 7K range. Towards the bottom middle of the 7K range, Nicholas Norgard Moller is a very, very interesting case study. Nick is coming off of the best PGA Tour ball striking week of his season. And last year at this event was the best ball striking week of his PGA Tour career. So the dots are connecting, and then on paper, it makes sense for Nick. Bomb drives and hopefully make a few putts. He's won in Europe before. He's a very talented player, but kind of a low dog player, but he has the skill set to make it happen on this golf course. I like him better than Jake Knapp and Aldrich Potgieter, very similar style golfer. Towards the bottom, I told you I like Ryan Gerard. He's 7K. And also want to give a nod to Chris Goddard at $7,100. Played really well in this event in round one last year and then felt the pressure and the nerves. But Chris Goddard was gaining strokes across the board like it is his job. Technically, it is his job, but he's never been an all-green Xander player, and he's on a run of great ball striking, great putting, and great chipping, which is rare for Goddard. So we're getting him in some good form. I like him at $7,100 on a golf course that I think makes sense for him. 6K range before we get out of here. Jacob Bridgman, $6,900. Never played here before, but he's posting some sneaky, solid ball striking stats. And Jacob Bridgman is a golfer who can make everything. I worry about him in his first trip across the pond, but at the core, $6,900, showing good ball striking, and I'm definitely down for Jacob Bridgman at $6,900. I'll also touch on some of these DP World Tour guys while we're here. Christopher Wrighton, he's going to be chalky at $6,900. He might be the chalky DP guy, but he's a stud. He's Norwegian. You get him to round 4, and he probably will shoot 60. He shot like 61 and 63, I think 2 or 3 weeks in a row to 1 win and then 2 like backdoor at T2 that it wasn't quite good enough. But he's just a great ball striker plus distance. Martin Coover, also $6,900. I like him far better than Christopher Wrighton. Martin Coover is actually on the thumbnail of this video, and Martin Coover is a young Frenchman. He's already won, and in his last 6 starts, I believe 4 of them are T8 or better. He is going to be on the PGA Tour next year, and maybe next week too, the Open. So technically, yeah. But he's think Luke Clanton, think not Thor Bjornsson. He's just skinny, smaller, dressed in a tailor-made garb, looks professional, and he stripes the ball. So remember the name Martin Coover, $6,900. Towards the middle towards the top of this 6K range, Keita Nakajima is a guy who will hit every single fairway and can do it with the iron play, and then hopefully he can drain a few putts, but I trust him to play out of the fairway. I mean, most of these guys are going to play out of the fairway, but Nakajima's got a great iron ceiling, so I like him towards the middle. Connor Syme, he is Scottish, and he won recently. He was like an old Morikawa. When Morikawa was a great iron player and a horrible putter, he kind of still is. Morikawa still kind of is that, although the putter has gotten better. Syme is just a great ball striker, kind of similar distance to Morikawa, and gets scorching hot with the irons. Sam Bairstow, $6,600. If there's a low Sam B market offered, I'm taking Sam Bairstow. Sam Bairstow is a guy who's really, really long off the tee and one of the best putters in the world. Very similar style of game to Sam Burns, honestly. But Sam Burns, $6,600, a great talent. He's a lefty stud. Remember that name as well. Towards the middle, anyone else I want to touch on? Sebastian Soderberg used to be Tiger Woods, but he's no longer Tiger Woods. Alejandro Del Rey, $6,400. If there is any prop who will shoot the low round of the week, I think Del Rey could be a great bullet in that market. Del Rey is an absolute bomber. He hits the ball a mile and has these rounds where he is lights out with the wedges and just can make everything. Like, he could easily shoot 60 and miss the cut. But if he shoots 60 in round 1, he should make the cut. So Del Rey, low round of the week, and a great high ceiling DFS play at $6,400, in my opinion. David Ford. I'm not done buying David Ford stock at $6,200. The last time he was across the pond, he was the first round leader at the Dubai Desert Classic, which was a loaded field. Ended up finishing T70 or something. But David Ford, long on the tee, high ceiling golfer. I'm definitely down for him at $6,200. And then anyone else down here that I want to touch on, I don't think you need to go this deep. These guys are not going to make the cut. Darius Van Driel is very positional. He will hit fairways and keep the ball in play. If it gets a little bit more difficult, I like Darius Van Driel at $6,100, but I don't think you need to play him. If you need to go someone that deep, I would go with him. But that wraps it up. Scottish Open back very soon for the Open Championship. Might record early because I'm heading to Ireland, so I want to get the recording done. Any questions, you know where to find me. Appreciate the support, and I'll catch you guys soon.